The WTA could soon implement a minimum wage scheme for their players and follow in the footsteps of the ATP's baseline program. WTA stars could have their requests met as the Women's Tennis Tour is set to explore a minimum wage and injury pay scheme after the ATP announced something similar earlier this year. Chief Executive Steve Simon has confirmed that the WTA will be looking at the men's tour's new rule in a review as they could follow in their footsteps by introducing a new payment plan. The Women's Tennis Tour has come under fire from its players in recent days, with stars unhappy with the conditions at this week's WTA finals in Cancun. But it's not just the season-ending championships that have been an issue, as The Athletic recently reported that 21 top players sent the WTA a letter calling for higher pay, flexible scheduling, expanded childcare, and the chance to have a representative of the Professional Tennis Players Association on the WTA Player Council. Aryna Sabalenka, Elena Rybakina, Marketa Vondrausova and Ons Jabeur are among the top 10 pros who are understood to have signed the letter. And they have now reportedly received a response from Steve Simon, in a letter that was published by Sports Illustrated. In the reply, the WTA chief executive reveals that a minimum wage scheme is among the issues the tour will review. The letter addresses players' frustrations with the conditions in Cancun this week as well as feedback on the new 2024 circuit structure. Simon goes on to write, "We would also like to share with you the various areas that you have identified in your letter that are already in place, are currently being discussed and the topics in which a review is being scheduled. Within the list is the prospect of a base pay for players ranked in the top 250 as well as a base pay for players who are injured and cannot play or go on maternity leave. The topic of minimum income and injury, disability and maternity coverage is a topic scheduled for review," the letter states. The WTA chief also refers to the ATP's new baseline scheme which guarantees a minimum wage for those inside the world's top 250 and an injury protection payment. Simon added, "The ATP introduced baseline which will be used as a basis from which the review will begin. We will provide you with further updates on this as the review and discussion progresses." The letter also mentions that prevalent problems like late-night match finishes, performance buys and the constantly changing tennis balls will also be discussed. It comes after the ATP announced their baseline scheme back in August, with 2024 set to be the first year that the payment structure is implemented. Baseline is a three-stage plan, with a guaranteed base earnings section allowing the ATP to step in and cover the rest of the funds for any player who does not earn the outlined minimum amount in a single season. For the first trial season in 2024, players in the top 100 are guaranteed at least £246,000, $300,000, while players ranked 101 to 175 will have an assurance of £123,000, $150,000, and those ranked from 176 to 250 in the world will earn at least £62,000, $75,000. Under injury protection, those who play less than 9 tournaments across the ATP Tour and Challenger Tour circuits in a single season due to injury will also receive a minimum wage, stopping players from trying to return too early just to make a living. The threshold for players in the top 100 is £164,000, $200,000. Players ranked 101 to 175 are guaranteed £82,000, $100,000, and those ranked 176 to 250 will have a safety net of £41,000, $50,000. The final branch of the new scheme, newcomer investment, will help rising stars who break into the top 125 for the first time in their careers. The up-and-comers will receive £164,000, $200,000 of funding, paid in advance of the following season and offset against their prize money earnings.